Hey, it's Anna. Once you have your Instapage account set up, when you log in, your dashboard may look a little bit differently because I haven't changed my plan yet. But either way, there will be a blue button that says Create New Page. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And we're going to select Pick a Template. And we're actually going to build using the blank page option. So the first thing you do is name it, and when you're naming it, this is just for your own purposes. So I'm going to just say Michigan Homes. You can see I started that. But again, this is for self-identification, and you can always change it later. So I'm going to go ahead and say Continue. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is instead of using the image button to add, I'm actually going to have you go over to the settings button and select page background. Now I already have some images, images that are like 2 megabytes or larger work best. I'm just going to go ahead and select one of the ones I have. You just have to hover over it and then hit insert. If you wanted to preview the image a little bit larger, you can click on it and then hit insert from there. Or you can just simply go back and hover and insert it. Pretty simple. So I'm going to do that. Now these blue dashed lines just allow you to kind of reposition things. Okay, so you can move things up and down. You can kind of zoom in and zoom out on things, so you can play with that and see what works best for you. Of course, every kind of funnel page has some sort of form, so we're going to just click this generic form button, which is super simple, and this already has name and email here, so I'm going to leave that just like that. But sometimes when you have an image, there's kind of a lot going on here, so what we can do is actually put in a shape. And I'm going to select the box shape. Now hang with me for just a second. And now that's covering up the text we put in, but if I just select that arrange button and I press the back arrow, it will bring that button to the front. Now there's a lot of options for this box. You can go ahead and double click on the box itself. You can change the background color. Why don't I go black? And then the other thing is that you can change the opacity. So there. I mean, you just want to make sure that it's that you can see, that you can see very clearly, that there's enough of a contrast. I think maybe it needs a little more, so I'm going to say okay, just a little more. That's a little better. Okay, so then what you want to do is, of course, add some kind of headline. Oops. Okay. And you can drag it. Now, just double click your headline. I'm going to change the text because we're having a dark background. I'm going to put it to something white. I'm also going to go ahead and center it like this. So you can call this whatever you'd like, and then similarly you can add a paragraph. And again, to move things, you're just kind of dragging these blue bars around. And when you see that green line, it means that it's centered to the page. So let's double check that our headline is centered. Yep, headline is centered to the page. Again, I'm going to just double click on this and change my text color to white or something lighter because otherwise I can't see it. Just like with any other kind of editing tool, you can change the size of your font, and you can make it smaller, which I wouldn't recommend here, but or you can make it bigger. You can edit it to say welcome to, whoops, if I actually hit edit, double click, there we go, there was that edit button. Now I'm in the edit, I'm sorry, so. Okay, so I'm not the best typist. All right, so you're saying whatever here, okay? Again, it's really just as simple as that, and the button text you want to edit, all you have to do is come here and click the blue button and then hit edit. And then you can come on over to button style. This is where you would change the name. Sorry, I had to rewind this. My little guy got a little upset, so anyway, this is where you would edit the text. You can also change, you know, the roundness of your button, the roundness of the edges rather. Just as simple as that. So there you go. You've built your first page. The other thing I just wanted to mention real quick, you can add a little bit of space in between these fields just by dragging and moving things around. But also with this submit button, if you go up to edit, there's something called integrations. And there's a lot of different things that Instapage is friendly with, including MailChimp. That's a very popular one. I use ActiveCampaign. It's super, super simple and super easy. It's very intuitive, like Instapage is for setting up email drip campaigns. So that's where you would do that integration with the emails if you wanted to do it. Okay, so I hope you found this useful. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. One last thing, you always want to check the mobile view. Okay, so I have a little bit of rearranging to do. Oops, so sometimes you have to click that regenerate mode. So I have a little bit of rearranging to do. You know, I might want to drop this down just a little bit and maybe change some of my text sizes. But once you get it to where you want on mobile, all you have to do is hit the save button. You go back to viewing in desktop and you're good to go. If you make any changes in your desktop view, you just want to make sure to go back and double check on mobile and make sure everything looks good. Okay, so I hope you found this useful and enjoy!